Hi again, Rampage fans. Dan Weiss for SARampage.com, along with the general manager, Mike Santos, who is in town. We are 1 month away from the start of another San Antonio Rampage training camp, and today we're answering questions from you, the fans, as you've put together a fan bag for the general manager. So a month out, and the fans are ready for hockey. Mike, so you ready?
I'm ready. That's exciting to know that the fans are ready as well.
So let's get to it. Okay, first question, it's from Buddy from San Antonio. He asks, what are the top 3 factors that determine where a player ends up at the beginning of the season? I'm assuming he's talking about whether they end up at the NHL, the AHL, or the ECHL level.
I don't know if I would say there's only 3 factors. There's a lot that goes into it. One is obviously the players that we have returning at each level. Second is the work that these players have done during the off-season to improve themselves, because we always expect that they're going to go home for the summer and get better and improve the areas of their game that need to get better. And then it's how they perform in training camp. A lot of people don't understand that we put a lot of emphasis on the training camp period, both in Florida and here in San Antonio. And the way they perform at training camp, the competition that they have for positions with other players in training camp will really determine where they fall at the end of the day. I'm a firm believer that players will get what they deserve. They'll end up at the level that they belong at, based upon how hard they work and the improvements they've made in their game.
Brandon from San Antonio asks, how do you see the team replacing the points that were lost with the departure of several key players from last year, and who do you see leading the charge to potentially replace those points?
Well, I mean, that's the nature of the American Hockey League, and teams in the American Hockey League, you're going to have turnover, hopefully because players that you had here that were successful and scored a lot of points are now going to make the step to the NHL. At the same time, we had players in the ECHL last year who performed well and are now ready to make the step to the AHL. And we went out and found players that fit specific needs, things that we thought we could get better at here in San Antonio. One is that we thought we could be bigger at the forward position, so we went out and signed players like Andre DeVoe, Jean-Francois Jacques, and then on the back end, we found some players that could help us as well. So all around, I think coming into this season, defense shouldn't be a problem. We're going to have a core defenseman that we had like last year. We're going to have essentially our same goaltending, and now it's just going to a forward that's maybe a little bit bigger. And the names that I mentioned are probably the guys that will lead the charge for us.